Zinedine Zidane, a name synonymous with grace, elegance, and brilliance on the football pitch. But behind those iconic moments and that legendary status, there's a story of struggle, resilience, and overcoming adversity. Today, we're diving into the early life of one of football's greatest ever players. This is the story of Zinedine Zidane, before the trophies, before the fame, and before the glory. Born on June 23, 1972, in La Castellane, a tough neighborhood in Marseille, Zidane's story starts far from the glitzy lights of the football world. His parents, of Algerian descent, had moved to France in search of a better life, but what they found was a life filled with hardships. Zidane wasn't born into wealth or luxury. His family struggled to make ends meet. But in the heart of this rough, working-class neighborhood, a young Zidane found his calling. Growing up in La Castellane, Zidane wasn't surrounded by the comforts of privilege. He played football on cracked streets, dodging obstacles far beyond the usual youthful challenges. Zidane wasn't just playing for fun, he was fighting for something more. It was on those gritty, unforgiving streets where he began to show the spark that would one day ignite into legendary brilliance. At just 14 years old, Zidane joined the local youth club, AS Cannes. But this wasn't the start of a smooth fairy tale rise to glory. His early years were filled with frustration. Zidane struggled to break into the senior squad and spent time playing in the youth teams. In 1989, when he made his first professional appearance for Cannes at 17, it wasn't a fairy tale debut. It was a wake-up call. Zidane wasn't just another kid. He was a player with immense talent, but the pressure to succeed was mounting. With only 5 appearances in his first season, he had to fight for every opportunity. But Zidane was never one to shy away from a challenge. By his second season, he made 29 appearances and scored his first goal in 1991. His raw talent was undeniable, but his early seasons weren't without their struggles. Despite his potential, Zidane wasn't yet a star. Yet, his passion was relentless. Every setback fueled his hunger to prove himself, not only to his critics, but to a football world that hadn't yet fully realized what he was capable of. In 1992, at just 20 years old, Zidane made a pivotal move to Bordeaux for 2 million French francs, money that seemed like a big gamble for a relatively unknown talent at the time. But Bordeaux wasn't just any team. Under the guidance of manager Roland Courbis, Zidane blossomed into a creative force. His development skyrocketed, with 31 appearances and 4 goals in his first season. But Zidane wasn't done yet. He was just getting started. By the 1994 to 1995 season, Zidane was now a key player for Bordeaux, making 34 appearances, scoring 6 goals, and contributing 4 assists. His dazzling dribbling, vision, and precision passes made him one of the most exciting young talents in Europe. It wasn't long before the national team took notice. In 1994, Zidane earned his first call-up to the French national team. But this wasn't a guaranteed spot on the roster. Zidane had to prove himself against seasoned players, and France's midfield was crowded. Yet, Zidane's effortless style made him impossible to overlook. In 1996, Zidane made another major leap in his career, this time to one of the biggest clubs in the world, Juventus. The transfer fee was around 3.2 million euros, a significant amount for a player still in his mid-20s. But Zidane was now ready to prove that he belonged among Europe's elite. His first few seasons were a mixture of brilliance and adjustment. Zidane quickly became the centerpiece of Juventus's midfield, scoring key goals and delivering countless assists. During his 4 seasons at Juventus, Zidane made 133 appearances, scoring 24 goals and contributing 17 assists. He led the team to win Serie A in 1997 and 1998, while also helping the club reach the 1997 Champions League final. But even though his club's success was growing, Zidane's international reputation was about to explode in the 1998 FIFA World Cup. 1998 was Zidane's defining year. It was the year he carried France to their first ever World Cup trophy. But the final. Brazil, the defending champions, came in as heavy favourites, boasting stars like Ronaldo, Rivaldo and Cafu. But Zidane wasn't having any of it. In one of the most iconic matches in World Cup history, Zidane scored 2 powerful headers from corners,
stunning Brazil and the world. France won 3-0, and Zidane's name was etched into the history books forever.
The world was watching, and Zidane delivered. His extraordinary performances for France and Juventus earned him the 1998 Ballon d'Or, the crowning achievement for any footballer. Zidane wasn't just a national hero anymore. He was recognized as one of the best players in the world. He had made it. In 2001, Zidane's career took another massive leap when he moved to Real Madrid for a then-record transfer fee of 77.5 million euros. This was the beginning of the Galacticos era, and Zidane was at the forefront. In Madrid, he would continue to add to his incredible list of achievements, winning La Liga titles, Champions Leagues, and of course providing football fans with countless memorable moments. Even after achieving so much, Zidane faced immense pressure, both from his own expectations and the weight of being a global football icon. But it was in the 2006 World Cup, in his final tournament as a player, where Zidane would again prove his greatness. The final against Italy was a true roller coaster, a dramatic, intense game. Zidane's penalty gave France the lead, and his leadership kept them in the game until the end. But in the final moments, it all went south. After an altercation with Marco Materazzi, Zidane was sent off with a red card, ending his career in a controversial way. Despite this, Zidane's World Cup performances, including his stunning play against Brazil in the quarterfinals, had already cemented his place as one of the game's greatest ever. But Zidane's story didn't end with his playing days. After his retirement, he transitioned seamlessly into coaching, and once again, Zidane proved his exceptional ability to thrive under pressure. In 2016, Zidane took over as the manager of Real Madrid, a club at the peak of European football. What followed was nothing short of extraordinary. Under his guidance, Madrid secured 3 consecutive Champions League titles, 2016, 2017, and 2018, an incredible feat that no other manager had achieved in the modern era. Zidane's calmness, leadership, and tactical brilliance became evident as he transformed Real Madrid into a global powerhouse once again. He also led them to La Liga victory in 2017, cementing his status as a coach of rare pedigree. Zidane's legacy goes beyond his player achievements. As both a player and a coach, his ability to rise above adversity and lead teams to glory is unmatched. From the streets of Marseille to the sidelines of the biggest football club in the world, Zidane has proven that greatness is earned, not given. His career continues to inspire millions around the globe, showing that with hard work, resilience, and belief in yourself, anything is possible. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Zidane's incredible career and life story, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments. What's your favorite Zidane moment? Let us know below, and stay tuned for more legendary football stories.